the sport truck. New Mitsubishi Triton.
Drive at Earth, Mitsubishi Motors.
Oryx is driving business in Asia through leases, investments, real estate development, energy businesses, and more. Making business more dynamic and fast-paced than ever. Oryx.
Nikko, one of Japan's leading tourist destinations. Here, you will be charmed by nature's bounty and will enjoy the beautiful scenery. You will also experience Japanese history at World Heritage temples and shrines. Nikko and Kinugawa, as well as the historic hot springs, are charming. Asakusa is easily accessible from the airport. It takes 2 hours from Asakusa to reach Nikko and Kinugawa via the Spacia Limited Express. Let's go to Nikko!
Making better living with functional labels and films. Connecting dreams throughout the world with our unique technology. Linking your dreams now from Japan to the world. For adhesive products, we are Lintec.
Welcome to Channel Japan. I'm Mai Demizu.
And I'm Makiko Tsuda.
Every week, we bring you the freshest information out of Japan from our studio here in Tokyo.
From the economy to culture and even foods, if you want to find out what's happening in Japan right now, this is where you'll find it.
And these are our topics for today.
In Dreamweavers, a maker of Kumano brushes launches a new brand as it eyes overseas markets.
In Project Japan, a luxury cruise train running through the Kyushu region delivers an unexpected windfall.
From World Business Satellite, a report on the market for highly functional stationery that's generating a buzz.
And from Takumi, a developer of an environmentally friendly and high-resolution printing technology. So let's get started. First up is Dreamweavers, in which we introduce the innovations of Japan's small and mid-sized companies.
And this time we'll show you a second of our two-part report on Mizuho, which is a company that makes Kumano brushes in Kumano, Hiroshima Prefecture.
Well, I know that the Kumano brushes are traditionally crafted with a history of 180 years. And the town itself is referred to as a home of brushes, but I've also heard that the production volume has been falling.
Yes, you're right. And, at the peak in 1968, about 140 million Kumano brushes for calligraphy, painting and cosmetics were produced annually. But because of subsequent changes in the lifestyles of the Japanese, including fewer calligraphy lessons at school, the number had fallen to about a third of what it used to be by 2007. We have a report on how Mizuho brushes are made and the company's foray into the international arena, so take a look.
This June, an international exhibition was held at Tokyo Big Sight. On display were high-end interior design items from companies around the world proposing new lifestyle concepts. Standing out among them was this booth. Their product is makeup brushes. Makeup brushes with shapes that blend in with the interior and are exquisitely designed. Drawn in are buyers from across the country. Makeup brushes that caught the attention of numerous buyers. Metal that typically keeps the hairs in place has been removed, giving them a design similar to Japanese calligraphy brushes.
Even though we live in a global age, Many artisans continue to stay within Japan. We want to give birth to designs that can fly out into the world.
Made in Japan brushes with a global ambition. They are already drawing attention in Hong Kong.
These makeup brushes are handmade and high quality. The quality control is exceptional. The moment they became available in Hong Kong, they were welcomed by the market. The brush hairs are very soft and smooth and don't fall out. It collects and releases makeup powder very well and is easy to use.
The makeup brushes are made by a company in Kumano, Hiroshima Prefecture, a town renowned for brush making.
Our dream has been to develop and market products under our own brand.
To create their own original brand. Carrying on that dream are his 2 daughters and son-in-law, who is also the managing director. Mizuho was founded 35 years ago. 32 people work at the company, including employees and part-timers. They make 450,000 brushes every year. Most are OEM brushes, but 8 years ago, they launched their own brand. Asked to visit Mizuho is photographer Akiko Nakano. She is also based in Hiroshima and specializes in portrait-type photos of local people. She's shown the production area. The characteristics of brush hairs vary widely. Using different types and lengths for texture and to make powder application and separation easier, individual adjustments are made. Once organized, they're carefully trimmed with a special blade to remove unnecessary hairs, such as those that are backward or damaged.
The blade is slid across the tips of the hairs. The cuticles of the backward ones get caught and the hairs are pulled out.
Using just the sensation in their fingertips, they feel each hair to find and remove the bad ones. Experience is everything in this process. The most difficult process in making these brushes is said to be yamadashi, meaning forming the head. The hairs are inserted into a wooden domed mold called a koma and vibrated. By putting them in the mold tip first like this, they are arranged in a convex shape. This is all to draw out the natural qualities of the hair ends. A space where artisans work at their own pace. That's the type of company Mizuho aspires to become. A place where part-timers are welcomed and people can set their own schedule.
I get to work until 3 in the afternoon when I have to pick up my kids from school.
Mizuho was started by the current president and his wife. Little by little, the number of workers grew, and the company expanded into one big family.
Long ago, workers would bring their children along. They'd sit close by while their parents worked. Is that so? Your child also sat next to you? I let mine sit in an orange box.
While raising her kids and taking care of the home, she worked furiously for 40 years making brushes. Before she realized it, the children sitting in the orange box had all grown up. This is her second daughter, Yuko. She now oversees production. And her eldest, Sawako, is the planning producer for the company brand. She discusses her ideas with Mr. Taida in developing new products. Her husband is the managing director, Osahiro Maruyama. These 3 are the second generation central to company operations now.
What are your individual roles if you were describing them to an elementary school kid? I think of what people would want. I think of whether we can make that.
And
The bulldozer.
my role is to open up uncharted territory.
And so, the three arrows moving the company forward. At the peak, the town of Kumano shipped out 70 million brushes a year. But with changes in writing implements, demand for brushes started shrinking. And compounding their difficulties was the arrival of Chinese-made products in the 1990s.
Push or pull, we were in hell. Shipments out of Kumano just kept falling.
As large volumes of low-priced brushes were imported from China, the company focused their energy on making high-quality, high-end products, and somehow managed to keep their business afloat. But
during the financial crisis, we really didn't know what to do. Our funds started shrinking, and we had just launched a business under our own brand. So we weren't sure if we should continue on the same path. But the president told us to push ahead without fear of failure. Developing products under our own brand and putting them on the market was our dream and goal. It was important for us to accept the risk of product development, to pass on the business to the next generation.
the president decided not to interfere in management and encouraged the younger generation to take on new challenges. Carrying the hopes of the president, the bulldozing manager heads to Hong Kong, where on this day, one of Asia's biggest beauty-related exhibitions is underway. Since 2008, he has participated in the event and built up relationships with local retailers.
Hello. Hi, hello. Nice to meet you. Nice again. Yeah. Hello. Yeah.
Isadora runs a makeup school in the city. Since learning about the company at a previous fair, she has become an exclusive sales agent for Mizuho brushes. This time, she's shown their latest product that went on sale in the autumn. It's a brush made with the focus on usability and design.
When I first tried Mizuho brushes, I thought, wow, the hairs are so soft, and I became a fan that instant. Since then, I only use Mizuho brushes.
Mr. Maruyama heads to a shop just opened in Hong Kong selling products that have received the Good Design Award. It has agreed to carry their products. In fact, a series of brushes made under Mizuho's own brand won the Good Design Award in 2011. The company has succeeded in signing up another store to sell its branded products.
We're really grateful to have our own products displayed with other beautiful items.
Mr. Maruyama, the bulldozer, has made it his mission to market products face-to-face by actually visiting as many shops as possible. Through this headlong marketing strategy, he has signed up a major department store in Tokyo to also carry their brushes. The second generation is making some impressive headway. As it's a clear day, Ms. Nakano gets everyone together outside for a group picture.
Spread out a little more. Should we hold hands? Why don't you? The president looks the most embarrassed.
Before everyone is ready, Ms. Nakano snaps a couple of pictures.
Since I don't need to take a proper group picture, I prefer to take one like this, which brings out this company's atmosphere much more. I think it's wonderful. The president is a man of few words, but looks proud. A face of someone confident in handing the company to the next generation. Kind of like saying, look at how big I made the company.
Kumano brushes with a history of 180 years. Brushes made in a small rural town by the warm hands of artisans. The shape may have changed, but the tradition continues to be passed on to new families. A small company in a small town takes flight into the world.
Well, after the break, we have the Project Japan.
Japanese SMEs with world-class technology, quality, and reliability. Innovative online matching site for finding business partners you can trust. J-Good Tech, your solution is here.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tokyo Skytree. Be awestruck by the panoramic view. There are so many other fun things to do after you've enjoyed the view. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go, let's enjoy. This is Tokyo Skytree.
Mitsui & Company.
You're watching Channel Japan. Well, Utsuda-san, what's the topic?
Yes, this time we have a report from the Kyushu region. And just to show you where it is, it's in southwestern Japan.
I hear there's another reason why Kyushu is attracting a lot more attention now.
Yes, a big reason is JR Kyushu's luxury cruise train called 7 Stars in Kyushu. And it runs throughout the entire region, and operations began 2 years ago. Demand has been so strong that rooms are still fully booked months in advance.
Wow.
We had a chance to take a ride on the cruise train to find out the secret to its success and how the entire Kyushu region is reaping the rewards. So take a look.
The Project Japan. Kyushu, the home of 7 stars. Because of its geographic location, it has economic links to many countries in the region. Last year, Kyushu received 1.7 million foreign tourists. Luxury cruise train 7 Stars in Kyushu travels from Fukuoka Hakata Station to 7 prefectures. The number 1 carriage is the Blue Moon Lounge Car. At the rear is a big glass window, a grand picture frame to enjoy the passing scenery. The number 2 carriage is the dining car named Jupiter. It's equipped with a kitchen and serves a variety of foods, including a French dinner course. The 3rd to the 6th carriages are the suites. Each room has a different design and is equipped with chairs, beds, a bathroom, and other amenities. Just walking down the passageway, guests can enjoy the changes in atmosphere from car to car. And the premier car, carriage number 7. There are 2 deluxe suites. The furniture and furnishings create an atmosphere that's spacious and distinctly Japanese, offering guests a one-of-a-kind experience. The 7-car train has a total of 14 rooms. It can carry just 28 passengers per journey. Lunchtime. The menu also reflects the importance placed on the connection between 7 Stars and local communities.
Thank you for waiting. The appetizer is arranged in a heptagon-shaped wooden container. As with our name 7 Stars, we've prepared the tastes of the 7 prefectures.
From what month to what month?
We at 7 Stars offer delicious fugu of that season from throughout Kyushu. This is from Genkai. It's fugu caught near Munakata in Fukuoka.
The 7 prefectures are a primary focus, and even for the same ingredient, they source it from different areas depending on the season. Served on this day are a roasted and marinated fish called mehikari from Miyazaki, shiitake mushrooms from Oita, and a tofu dish that a chef in Fukuoka made especially for 7 Stars.
I had some rare persimmon called hibernating persimmon.
Is it sweet?
It's not overly sweet.
This layered box with its focus on 7 is what gave Government Minister Shigeru Ishiba an idea for regional revitalization.
Local ingredients. Ingredients from each prefecture of Kyushu are being properly used and represented here. So are regional revitalization and agriculture closely linked?
The primary factors for regional revitalization are agriculture, fisheries, and forestry.
3, yes.
And this railway introduces the wonderful products you can get here. That will entice people to go to the actual location to have a taste. The tofu that's served aboard 7 Stars, for example, or the fish, they can become brands.
Becoming brands in reverse.
In fact, you don't need to ride it. It's actually not that easy to get a ticket, but you can experience the feeling of riding 7 Stars.
I see.
Joining us on this 2-day, 1-night journey is renowned train designer Eiji Mitooka. He says he designs trains not as a mode of travel, but to allow passengers to enjoy the ride itself. Once aboard the unique trains designed by Mr. Mitooka, it quickly becomes clear why the people of Kyushu love his ideas.
Excuse me.
Please, it's a bit tight.
This room has a different atmosphere. This is the regular room?
The standard suite.
So this is where you draw up the blueprint.
The table is expandable. This is also custom made. None of the items on this train are off the shelf. This was also specially designed for this purpose. Basically, we don't use items sold in stores. One-of-a-kind items have no comparison. With ready-made products, it's possible to compare. So I asked for things for which the price isn't clear.
The inside of the train is not only luxurious, but also overflows with the passionate handiwork of artisans. And even something as small as a nail in the shape of a star is custom made.
First, the floor. Why is there a floor like this and a floor like that?
Only the entrances for the guests have this checkered pattern.
You're right. A sign that you're getting close to the room.
There are subtle design changes, even in places that might be overlooked. At first glance, various patterns appear to clash, but there's a surprising feeling of harmony.
As long as the quality is there, various patterns work well together. If the quality is the same and you get to a certain level of quality, then whether you have Chinese, Japanese, or European styles, they work well together. There are many languages. The language of shape, materials, concepts. A collaboration of these many aspects gives birth to a world that no one understands. A strange, wonderful, multi-layered, magical world.
That is the philosophy behind Mr. Mitaoka's unique designs. But it's also an idea that resonates with the culture of Kyushu nurtured over the centuries. One such culture is Nagasaki French, a dinner course served on 7 stars. It's French cuisine, but skillfully blends Japanese and Chinese elements into one. Seven Stars in Kyushu mixes and matches elements from a wide range of sources to offer an experience unlike any other. Even the food is sprinkled with magic. Hotel New Nagasaki, near Nagasaki Station. The restaurant here is one of the most well-known in Kyushu for Western-style cuisine, and has been selected as a partner by 7 Stars in Kyushu.
This sauce is a blend of Japanese and Western. It's a collaboration.
Akira Kawabata is the general manager and executive chef. He brings out black abalone caught off the coast of Nagasaki. Over it, he'll pour a Japanese Western sauce made from roasted butter. As seasonal produce are combined with a variety of ingredients, if the balance is off by even a bit, the taste will change. A delicate dish.
A little more salt might be better.
Also, hors d'oeuvres made with ingredients sourced from Nagasaki. They're arranged using pincers. The actual preparation will be carried out on a moving train. He repeatedly practices the motions.
The first thing is to be able to do what's routine routinely.
After making sure that everything is ready, Chef Kawabata gets on the train. He will cook the ingredients that he prepared at the restaurant here and at night.
Thank you for waiting.
The menu on this evening is grilled Nagasaki beef tenderloin and a foie gras tourte, a type of pie. Inside are Nagasaki broccoli, potatoes, and turnip. Other dishes in the menu are secret. They want to give out as little information as possible in order to surprise guests when they come aboard. That's part of their strategy. The people involved with 7 Stars in Kyushu are all committed to providing uncompromising service. Wrapped in the blanket of night, the train continues on its journey to Aso, Kumamoto Prefecture.
Well, after the break, we have an episode from World Business Satellite.
Winter in Japan. Lovely views. Heartwarming flavors. And exhilarating experiences. Discover the best Japan has to offer right here in central Japan this winter. Nagoya Railroad Group.
Potenza. We do our jobs with sincerity and integrity to make a better living environment for the people and our society. Today's work, tomorrow's heritage. Shimizu Corporation.
You're watching Channel Japan. Next, we have a report from World Business Satellite. So, Tsuda-san, what is it about?
Yes, we'll be looking at the market for highly functional stationery.
Stationery. Well, Japanese stationery is starting to gain a reputation for its quality, functionality, and design. Well, in Japan, even with the spread of digital devices, many people still prefer using traditional stationery.
While not mass market, these highly functional products are still selling quite well. And we have a report on how they're being developed, so take a look.
Itoya, a large stationery store in Ginza, Tokyo. It underwent a massive renovation this June. On weekends, it's packed with customers.
The number of products has been reduced by 1/3 from before, and instead we're making an effort to select and put out only the best items.
They reduced products commonly available elsewhere, such as convenience stores and mass retailers, offering items that only they carry. Some of the most popular products include
This is an erasable ballpoint pen with a friction function that allows you to erase what you've written by rubbing it off.
In fact, it contains Pilot Friction Ball, an erasable ballpoint pen made by Pilot. While the standard model retails for 2,000 yen, these cost significantly more at 4,000 yen each. But the store says it's sold over 9,000 of the pens in a year. This multi-function pen is an original product of Itoya. A mechanical pencil function has been added to the red, blue, and black ballpoint pens, and by tilting the display, the desired color comes out. Such highly functional stationery are selling well at Itoya.
As long as the quality is good, I don't mind high prices.
Japanese stationery, good? Yes, I think so. Yes, very good.
Compared to a year ago, sales have increased 30%, driven primarily by customers such as office workers. Spending per customer is also up 15%.
Even though people nowadays think that they don't need stationery because they can do it on a computer or iPhone, they still come here just to buy stationery. We feel we can raise prices by offering greater value.
Seeing the brisk sales of functional stationery, manufacturers are also switching into gear. Launched in November of last year, Delgard is a mechanical pencil with lead that's less prone to breaking. When pressure is exerted on the pencil, a metal piece covers the tip, a structure that protects the lead. The price is nearly 5 times that of a conventional mechanical pencil, but sales have reached 4 million units in less than a year. At the manufacturer's product development facility, a new Delgard model is undergoing a durability test.
From HB to B. Next is B.
Right now, they're working to improve the 0.5 millimeter lead already on sale and to develop a sturdier and thinner 0.3 millimeter lead. The durability changes depending on the type of lead, such as HB and B, so they carry out detailed tests. Zebra has actually received requests from customers for 0.3 millimeter mechanical pencil lead that won't break easily. The thinner the lead, the more easily it breaks. The company spent an entire year working on it. They discovered the key is a metal part at the tip of the pencil.
If you look closely, you'll notice the difference. The angle and thickness of this shoulder are different.
This is the tip of the pencil. The 0.3 millimeter version on the bottom has a sharper angle. The tip of the pencil that protrudes to protect the lead is pushed out by a clear cover. And because a tip with a sharper angle moves with little force, the thin lead won't break. Even with 3 kilograms of pressure, which is more than 3 times that typically exerted by a person when writing, the lead doesn't budge. The sales department is preparing to put the product on the market.
Hello. Please. Press it 3 times, and even at that length, it won't break no matter how much pressure you put on it. It's amazing.
At lifestyle goods retailer Loft, 120,000 0.5 millimeter Delgards have been sold, so the buyer appears keen to order the new product.
We'd like to carry this in all our stores.
It was put on the sales floor of the Shibuya branch in mid-November.
This is our first experience of having a product sell this well. I believe it's the result of the efforts of all our employees.
Industry experts also see strong potential for this type of new function, high-price stationery.
Since the 2008 financial crisis, companies in Japan have cut back on office stationery supplies in order to reduce overhead. But stationery is something they can't do without, So it's starting to be viewed as something not to be handed out by companies, but bought by employees themselves.
He says as people start buying stationery on their own, they're choosing more functional products. Entrepreneurial ventures are also joining the fray, developing stationery based on entirely new concepts. Atsushi Matsuoka is a freelance advertising copywriter. 5 years ago, he came up with an idea for a certain type of stationery and set up his own company.
This is it. This is a memo pad you wrap around your arm.
Called List It, it's a memo pad wrapped around the wrist. The paper won't rip even if wet. It is made with water-resistant material. The product is said to be used by nurses to write down the temperatures of patients and marathon runners to keep track of their times. 100,000 units have been sold to date.
I honestly believed it wouldn't sell. But for some reason, there's a stationery boom now. And luckily, it's selling because of that.
His wife, who used to work as a designer, quit her job after List It became a hit product. Now they work together developing new types of stationery.
All that's left is the illustration.
It's almost ready, but we have to get permission for Kumamon.
You're right.
Right now, they're working on Kimotip, a card to express one's feelings after paying the check at restaurants. Words of gratitude are listed in the dialects of the 47 prefectures of Japan. At the bottom right corner is an illustration of local symbols.
I think many more products will come out that aren't just about better functions, but incorporate ideas people didn't think about before. Things that improve your daily life. So there's still a lot of room for stationery to grow.
Highly functional and new stationery is writing the next chapter for the industry.
I do hope more people around the world will get a chance to try out some of these products.
Let's paint a vision, your imagination. It started moving round the world. Dream car. Let's paint a vision, your imagination. It started moving round the world. From a sketch on a piece of paper. Come together now. Dream car.
Machines can do much more to unleash human potential. Pure possibility. Omron.
Let's go skiing! That's wonderful!
Bicycle!
Next time.
Wonderful!
Great! Excellent!
Smiles ahead! Save a group!
Man, look at all these cars.
Hey, have you heard, by the way? The Japanese company Kobelco is working to make the world's cars lighter.
So what does that mean?
Kobelco is using aluminum and steel technologies to make car parts and bodies lighter around the world.
Ah, Japanese technology. The country of karate. Ha! Ha! Ha!
Why do we always do that?
I don't know.
The talk of the world. Kobelco.
ベトナムに対してワクチンの技術援助をするとか、我々の技術を出せばですね、救われる人たちがたくさんいる。でもう一つは非常に少ない疾病の患者さんたちのための開発をやっています。いかにしたら未だ治らない病気の治療薬ができるかっていう、そこにみんなの気持ちが大体集まってます。
Next, we bring a segment called Takumi from Science View, a program produced by NHK.
Takumi literally means artisan in Japanese, and it's a word often used to describe craftsmen with exceptional skills.
So who's our Takumi today?
Yes, this time we meet the developer of an environmentally friendly printing technology.
I see.
So take a look.
Seto City, Aichi Prefecture. The area has long been a center for the production of ceramics and porcelain. Hi, I'm Michelle. Today's Takumi innovator has come up with an amazing eco-friendly printing technique. Let's go meet him. We visited a printing company in Seto City. Hello.
Welcome to Seto.
This is today's Takumi, Kimio Sugiyama, who has long been in the printing business. He has developed this food package. It looks like an ordinary package, but in fact, it's a package printed with a water-based ink. There are many printed matters around the world, and in recent years, due to ecological and health considerations, the change from oil-based ink to water-based ink has been pushed forward. But there was a material that was difficult to print on using a water-based ink: plastic film. We experimented by writing on a plastic film using an oil-based ink pen and a water-based ink pen. And of course, the line drawn with the oil-based permanent marking pen is clear. But when you use a water-based marking pen, the ink is repelled and wipes off easily. This is why. The fact that an oil-based ink stays on plastic films is due to the power of the resin within the ink. Resin has the quality of magnetically attracting other resins, so the resin within the ink sticks to the resin component in the plastic film, which then retains the ink. But in the case of water-based ink, the water molecules cover the surface of the ink, so the resin is inhibited by the water molecules and cannot stick directly to the resin on the plastic film. The ink just slips away. The Takumi, along with an ink manufacturer, weakened the cohesive force of the water molecules with alcohol and a small amount of additive. This allowed the resin to surface, attracting the resin in the plastic film and making printing possible. But there was still a big problem.
The next big problem was the difficulty in drying. Figuring out a way to dry them quickly was a major hurdle.
A water-based ink contains moisture, and compared to an oil-based ink, it takes time to evaporate, which reduces the productivity. Let's see how the Takumi solved this problem. Whoa! There are a lot of dots.
Yes, the colors are made by small dots. So to quickly dry them, I thought of reducing the amount of ink that is used. To do this, the idea of making the dots smaller came to me.
The dots are what make up printed objects, but when they are big, they are difficult to dry. So the Takumi thought that if he made the dots smaller, they would dry faster. So the Takumi started working on improving the printing plates on which the ink will be placed. Oh, it's a really big cylinder.
This is the printing cylinder,
The white-looking part?
the intaglio plate surface.
The Takumi thought of making the bumps on the surface even smaller and decided to use laser engraving. This is the plate which was made. If you look at the holes using a microscope,
The dots are smaller, but the depth of the grooves is also different.
these are the plates for oil-based inks and for water-based inks under a microscope. You can see that the grooves are smaller and the depth of the grooves is approximately 1/4. Having improved the printing plate with smaller engravings, the color dots that attached to the film dried quickly, even though they were water-based. Through the success of printing on plastic film using water-based ink, there was another happy effect.
As I worked to make the dots smaller, it also made the prints even clearer and more defined.
The small dot technique that he developed to facilitate the drawing process also made high-precision printing possible. This way, the Takumi succeeded in making eco-friendly, high-precision, water-based ink printing a reality. As to my question about what other technology he would like to develop,
For me, the quality of the present printed package is still a 6 out of 10. I feel that there are still other things that our consumers are not satisfied with. And that's where the invention process starts. I feel that the lack of satisfaction is the true mother of innovation.
And that brings us to the end of this edition of Channel Japan. We have much more in store for you, so join us again next week.